Today it's Sam Benny Baller, the 12-year-old insider. Yeah, I'm starting a new channel, what I'm going to do on my YouTube channel, I'm going to talk about NBA, what's happening in trades, how our NBA team is good and bad, and I'm going to play some video games, and I'm going to play basketball. So that's my YouTube channel, and I want to get a lot of subscribers. I want to get 500 subscribers at first, then 1,000, and then, on and on and on, and give me a lot of views, give me likes, and just hope you enjoy. Alright, at number 10, I'm going with Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is one of the top centers in the league, standing at 7'1". He can rebound, he can block shots, he can score, catch alley-oops, do everything. He should have been an all-star. If DeAndre Jordan made it, he should have made it. I love DeAndre, but Rudy Gobert is like at least as good as him, man. I mean, he averaged 14 points a game and 12.8 rebounds. This dude is a little underrated, so he made my list, my top 10 list, standing at number 10. Alright, at number 9 comes Hassan Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside, however you say his name. He's underrated too because he averaged 17 points a game at the center position and 14.1 rebounds per game. I mean, this dude is underrated also. He made my list. He's 9. He should have been an all-star. I mean, he's kind of like Andre Drummond's position. I mean, in fact, he's actually been playing better than Andre Drummond did when he made the all-star. And it's just this guy should have been. This guy is like a top center in the league. I mean, he can rebound, block shots, catch others, do everything. He's even better than Rudy Gobert. And I was giving a lot of love to Rudy Gobert, so this guy comes at number 9. All right, Lou Williams gets into the number 8 spot on the top 10 most underrated, top 10 players in the NBA that are the most underrated. And Lou Williams deserves this spot because he's been averaging 17.5 points on the bench. Like, dude, that's almost 20 points. And that's like all-star numbers. Like, come on, man. Like, this guy is like such a baller. I mean, he been playing on a lot of teams, he scores a lot of points. Good scorer, good shooter. He can drive in and dunk. He can pass the ball. He's on the Rockets now, and, he was on the Lakers before, and, he was very successful, actually averaging 18 points a game. Now, averaging 17.5 because he has to share the ball a little with Harden and Eric Gordon and all the players on that team. But, yeah, Williams is great. He deserved this spot, and, yeah, he's very underrated, and, this guy should have been an all-star maybe a couple times throughout his career, but, yeah. Alright, landing at the number 7 spot is Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is like, this dude is like a killer, man. He is on the Miami Heat, the starting point guard. He's been averaging 20.3 points a game and 5.8 assists. That's like, dude, like 20 points a game, and you're not even like a star. You're not even in the conversation. You're not even like a top 20 point guard or anything. You're not even an honorable mention, man. It's like, this guy's really underrated because it's just he's a lefty too, and then maybe that's why he's good, and can drive in. He was great on Phoenix. He is kind of like the team player. I mean, Hassan Whiteside is kind of the team leader too, but he can't really shoot, and that's why Goran Dragic can shoot, and you can do a lot of things. You can score 20 points at any given night because that's what he averages. So he lands number 7 spot. He's an underrated player. He deserves some kind of love, some kind of credit, but yeah, dog, sometimes things don't go your way. But yeah, Goran Dragic gets the number 7 spot. Landing at the number 6 spot is Jabari Parker. I mean, I know maybe he's underrated because he gets injured a lot, but this dude is another 20-point game scorer, and he averages 6 rebounds per game. The second best Bucks player on the team. I mean, the Bucks might get very good. I mean, they got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who has a big future. Like, even Thon Maker, man, he's like a 7'1" guy who can shoot the 3. Got Jabari Parker, obviously, who I'm talking about right now. They got Chris Middleton. They got a whole bunch of guys. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon. This Bucks team has a lot of future, and Jabari Parker is like the second guy. So it's like, I don't know why Giannis Antetokounmpo is getting all the credit. Maybe because I think the only reason why maybe Jabari Parker is getting not enough credit is because he's simply getting injured all the time. He has injury problems. And maybe if he didn't get injured as much, he would get much more credit. But yeah, Jabari Parker earns the number 6 spot. He's a 20.1 point, averaging 20.1 points per game and 6.2 rebounds. He gets the number 7 spot. All right, landing in the number 6 spot is Nikola Jokic, the Joker. I mean, this dude is the 4 in the tackle, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy's crazy, man. So, yeah, Jokic is very underrated. He's been averaging 16.7 points a game and 9.8 rebounds. So he's averaging a double-double, about, just 0.2 of a rebound away, But yeah, and he helps his team. He's great. Also, he's a great passer too. He does his behind the back passes. I just see on the video. I'm like, dude. I mean, like he's passing like LeBron James, for example. LeBron James isn't that great of a passer, and you see him do all these trick passes. Same as Nikola Jokic, man. He can do a lot, man. It's just I like this guy. He's the real Joker, He at any given night he will step up, and just because he's 16.7 point game scorer, but when it's time to do your best, when you have to step up and score 25 or 30, he'll do that for you. And he got Gallinari on his team. He got Wilson Chandler. He got a lot of guys, but Nikola Jokic is kind of underrated. Hey, to tell you the truth, the Nuggets are underrated. They're a really good team. They haven't even made the playoffs. They have some future, man. They might go to the playoffs, but next year. But this should happen since 2015. It should have been in the playoffs, but no, not really. Well, this year they should have been in the playoffs. They're a pretty stacked team, dog. They just got rid of Nurkic, but Gallinari and Jokic, that's pretty stacked up, man. Landing in the number 5 spot is Eric Bledsoe. So he's a defensive point guard, He's like that good defender and the point guard, But he also averages 21.1 points per game and 6.3 assists. And he's very athletic and fast, as most of you basketball fans know. If you know a lot about basketball, you know who Eric Bledsoe is. If you just know the stars, it's all right. Let me get into Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe is he's about 28, or I forgot his age, but he's around that age, He's around the age of Curry or Durant, something like that. And he's a decent shooter. He's a decent passer, He can get inside and get those crazy legs and get the dunks, the shots. But he's very athletic. He can get those fast breaks and he'll whip by you, man. He's one of the fastest in the league. And the thing about his defense, too. Not just his 21.1 points per game and not even being in the conversation. Part of it is because everybody's talking about Devin Booker on his team. He got Devin Booker on his team, who has a big future and who's young. And he's kind of, it feels like his career is just kind of starting in a way and kind of ending in a way. I don't know. He's kind of in a pickle right now. It's just the way how he's in his team and all this stuff. But yeah, Eric Bledsoe's a very good player, very good defender, very athletic, and he's a good scorer. And he earned the 4th spot in the top 10 most underrated players in the league. Damn, I keep saying that. At the number 3 spot is Harrison. At the number 3 spot is Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes, he was averaging 11 points with the Golden State Warriors. I watch him every game. He was good in 2015. He was great in 2016 until he got injured, and then he was kind of, he was kind of, watching himself, not trying not to get injured, and he was kind of choking. But then when he went to the Dallas Mavericks, from 11-point game scored, he became a 20-point game scorer, and he's kind of now the leader of the franchise. Man, I know Dirk Nowitzki's definitely the best player on the team. He's one of the best of all time, and he's probably the best foreign player of all time. But Harrison Barnes is leading the team now in scoring, and now he's kind of like their number 1 option. And, Harrison Barnes is a great player, averaging 20 points a game and 5 rebounds a game. And, he's very athletic guy. He can dunk pretty good, He's just a crazy guy. Man, it's like, because I watch the Warriors a lot, and, I see him all the time, and he's very good. And now I watch all NBA games. So now I watch the Dallas Mavericks. I see Harrison Barnes hit the 3, get a steal, get the fast break, get a 2-hand slam. Yeah, Harrison Barnes is a great player, man. So he's pretty underrated because no one's really talking about him that much. But yeah, he deserves the 3rd spot on this list of the top 10 most underrated players. Mike Conley deserves the number 2 spot because I think he's one of the best players. He's a top 20 point guard in the league, and he's still kind of underrated in a way. He's not an all-star, you know, and his team made it to the playoffs. He led his team in the playoffs. They went to 6 games against the San Antonio Spurs, and the 2 times they beat them was actually, the 2 times they beat them, they were in Memphis. 3 and 4, I think. I mean, well, 3 and 4, and you know, after that they got the Spurs just, you know, took it to another level. But yeah, this dude is great. Mike Conley, he averages 20.5 points a game and 6.3 assists per game, and yeah, you know, this guy's like a franchise player, and I just think he deserves a lot more credit for what he does. And you know, when the 2015 series, one of the most exciting series of the playoffs in the last 3 years, besides the finals and the conference finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Warriors versus Oklahoma City Thunder, the 2015 Curry versus Mike Conley duel. It was like now kind of the Russell Westbrook versus Curry duel, you know. You know, it was great, man. Mike Conley was all over, and maybe if Mike Conley didn't have like all those nose injuries and face injuries, you know, sometimes he gets a little hurt, but this guy's great. Number 1 on this list is Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is an amazing player. I mean, this dude is averaging 24 points a game. He's been averaging like 6 rebounds, man. This guy's dope, dog. You know, this guy can really actually play, man. I mean, he should have been an all-star. He's having a better season than Paul Millsap. He's an all-star. As good of a season as Klay Thompson. He's an all-star. I mean, this guy is like, he's going to be an all-star in the future. It's just that the Wizards were kind of underrated at that time, too. But the Wizards, now that they made it in the Eastern Conference and they made it to the 2nd round, they should have gone to the conference finals. The Wizards are going to get a lot of credit, and John Wall and Bradley Beal are both going to be all-stars, not just John Wall. Because Bradley Beal, he can shoot the 3, he can drive in and dunk, he just has the swag, you know. Bradley Beal is just a great player, and, you know, I just love Bradley Beal. You know, he's my homes. Bradley Beal's amazing, and yeah, Bradley Beal is the number 1 most underrated player. That is, I mean, he's not really the most underrated out of all these guys, but he's the best player out of all these 10 guys. So Bradley Beal gets the credit, and yeah. So yeah, Bradley Beal's great, and yeah, Bradley Beal is the number 1 today. That's my video. This is my very first video, so if the video isn't that good, just still give me a like and still watch it, because this is my first video, and maybe like 25 YouTube videos later, I'll be like Mike Kormsby. All the NBA YouTubers out there, shout out to Mike Kormsby. And you know, all these NBA YouTubers inspired me to do this. So, well, I'm going to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace out.